Hello all, welcome to my channel. From today in my channel we are going to start a series on C Sharp which will be helping to your interview. So this is not a completely basic series. So here I will be expecting you to have some basic knowledge on the C Sharp. So this is going to be a series that is exclusively helpful for interview. So we will be highlighting few important points that needs to be handled for ASP.NET C Sharp interview. So we will be forwarding one after the another. So first we will be starting with C Sharp. Once we are done with C Sharp, we will be going with the ASP.NET MVC and ASP.NET Core, and followed by the technologies that are needed for a full stack .NET developer. So for today we will be starting with the C Sharp. So our first topic in C Sharp series is common typing system. So let's start with this topic for the day. In common type system, if we see, C Sharp is a strongly typed language. For example, if interviewer asks, what do you mean by strongly typed language? So you can explain to the interviewer in this way. So if I declare any variable, first let me explain you with an example. So here I am telling this variable strong type to be an integer, so we gave value 10. No, later I wanted this value to be some other value, so I updated it to 90. No, but I wanted it to be some other value like true. So this is not allowed in C Sharp. So this is what type safety or strongly typed language means. So if we tell a variable to be a specific type during declaration, that variable allows only that type of values during its entire scope, during its lifetime, the lifetime of that variable. So that is why it enforces type safety. So that is why C Sharp is called a strongly typed language. So that is nothing but the name itself says if you declare a variable of a specific type, it allows only that type throughout the lifetime of that variable. So this is called strongly typed language. So if you see, every variable, constant, expression, even method parameters, if you declare them or expect them to be a specific type, C Sharp allows only that data type. So it enforces type safety. So as all of us know, there are two types in C Sharp: built-in types and custom types. So built-in types are all the inbuilt data types that are provided by C Sharp, like all the other programming languages: int, float, double, char. These are all built-in types, and custom types are the structs, classes, interfaces. So here, using this, you can define your own data types, which I expect you guys already know. So now let us talk about the value types and reference types. So since our topic is typing system, we will be talking about the types only in today's session. So now when we talk about the classification of types, so basically the next question that gets fired to you is value type and reference type only. So what do you mean by value type and what do you mean by reference type, or maybe what is the difference between these types? So let me tell you what is the difference between these types and what do you mean by those. So value type is nothing but, here if I try to, so its value, see here I declared in strong type equal to 10. So here this value is directly saved in the memory and it is handled by this variable name only. This is value type, so its value is directly saved in the memory. But if I talk about reference type, so as I told you, you should be having a basic idea of classes, structs and all. So if I declare a reference type, as I told, see, most of the custom types are reference types, classes, interfaces, enums and records. So let me tell you in detail once we go in the further classes, but for now let's understand what is the meaning of this in first place, what is value type and what is reference type. So here this, okay, let me give a proper name. So here this class type is a reference type and this is a value type. So how can you say that this is a reference type? Because here strong type equal to 10, this value is directly saved in the memory. Here in class type, let me show you this example. See here int a equal to 10 is written. Here a equal to 10 is directly saved in the memory. But if you see class 1 obj, here obj contains reference, so the here its reference is stored in the stack and its actual value is there in the heap. So basically this is a reference type. So if you talk about value type and reference type, there's one more thing that you have to actually concentrate. Value types are actually handled during compile time and reference types are handled during runtime. So if you see the value types store their data directly in the variable. If you see reference types, variables hold a reference to the actual data location in memory. So got it. If you see this example, you will get more clarity, as I said earlier. Here value type, they save their direct value in the memory, but if you see this reference type, they hold a reference to that value, not the value directly. So when you try to copy this value type, I'll give you more examples. So if I create one more variable and if I assign this strong type, what happens is this value strong type gets directly copied to this copy strong type. But if I create this but here what happens is it only copies its address, not the value. See here, if I show you this example, the image here, if you see a equal to 10, here a equal to 10 box is created if you see in the stack. If I if you see okay, let me use the same variables only for more clarity. Okay, see now here int a equal to 10 is there, no? So for that a equal to 10 box gets created in stack. Now I created int b equal to a. What happens for this? Another box will be created with value b equal to 10. Here this value gets copied. Entirely new copy of this value is generated and this memory is allocated in the stack. But what happens in the case of this reference type? If you see here, I created a class type. Here one box is generated for this class type and it's the actual value is saved in the heap and this box will have some address and this address is saved here. Okay, now when I create a new type, here class 1 copy class type equal to C, I just copied this value. In this case what happens is a new box is actually generated for this also, but in heap another object will not be created, another box will not be created, same address will be copied here, another box will be generated here and the address of this object is copied in this box. So that is the difference between value type and reference type. So whenever an interviewer asks you, you can say this: stores their data directly in the variable. Variables hold, if you, for reference type, they hold a reference to the actual data location in the memory. So value types gets stored in the stack, and reference type gets stored in the heap. And there are a few more types: generic types, implicit types. So let me give you just a basic overview of these types. So implicit type, what do you mean by implicit type? Here I can write var a equal to 10, var b equal to hello. Var is called implicit typing here. So for local variables you can do implicit typing. Anonymous types for temporary data structure. Anonymous type is nothing but you can create a type on the fly. For example, see here, so here this is called an anonymous type. See here, this is generated on the fly. So we will be seeing in detail about this implicit typing, anonymous type, and nullable value types in detail. Once we advance further in this classes. Since here we are starting with the typing system, I am just covering all the types. So here, if you talk about nullable value types, see here I told int b is equal to 10. Let me remove this. Here I said int b equal to 10. I wanted to make this null as well. It's not working, right? If I tell question mark and give 10, because in real time every value might not, every variable might not contain value. At times there might be need to use null. So see this, nullable type is nothing but it allows null values. So this is what about typing system. So let me reiterate once again on the points. C# is a strongly typed language. So what do you mean by strongly typed language? A variable is a variable can contain only specified data type throughout its lifetime. And there are two types in C#, built-in types, which are provided by every programming languages, and custom types called structs, classes, and these using this you can create your own custom data types. And when it comes to behavior, these types are classified into value types and reference types. Value types is nothing but you can save your data directly in the variable, but whereas reference types, it holds only reference to the actual data, not the actual data. For value type, data gets stored in stack, but whereas reference types, data gets stored in heap. And the general types are implicit types, anonymous types, and nullable types. Implicit types, as I told you, are runtime binding. So if we use var a equal to 10, this is called implicit binding. So it decides the type at runtime, not during the compile time. Anonymous type is it creates a value or a type during runtime. So you will be understanding on this in more detail once we advance. So nullable value types is we can declare a nullable type so that every value allows null by just using question mark for every data type. I have more points if you wanted to see. Here if you see, As I told, value types, it's stored directly in the variable and its own copy of data is stored on the stack. So as I said, value types memory is allocated on the stack, and stack, as we know, it's a simple memory management, and garbage collector only handles original data. And reference type, here address of the actual data is stored, not the actual data in the stack, and actual data is stored in the heap. So data typically allocated on the heap. So here garbage collection, it's for example, here at two places memory is allocated, right? Original data is saved on the heap and its address is saved on the stack. For example, if we delete that object on the heap, then in that case garbage collector will just identify the unused objects on the heap. So we will not be having access to the heap directly, right? So that garbage collector will take that responsibility and it will remove all the unused objects on the heap. So garbage collector comes into picture for reference types. So stack and heap, okay, I am using these words stack and heap since long. What do you actually mean by stack and heap? Stack is nothing but a memory allocation format only, and this is used for local variables and it is very limited in size. Stack is just a memory format used in OS. So it is last in first out format. Heap is also a memory only, but it is used for larger pool of memories, and whichever value is created using new keyword. See here we created using new keyword. So these values are saved on the heap, and here dynamic memory allocation is done, and this relies on the garbage collection because we will not be having direct access to the heap. And this is dynamic as well. Compared to stack, heap is having a bit more size and it is dynamic. So this is it. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Please share and subscribe my channel.